What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's JSGC here, and we're here for the Arsenal preview at the Emirates Stadium Thursday night football. Not often we get to say Thursday night football. Arsenal, obviously, the games of Thursday night football being in the Europa League. Sorry, Arsenal fans, I had to say it. Anyway, we're fresh from the Arsenal match last weekend in the League Cup final. Manchester City beat them 3-0. Arsenal very lacklustre. They've been getting slated all week from the fans and the press, so this performance they put in was borderline. Well, not even borderline, it was disgraceful. So expect a response in this game. I do expect a response. Arsene Wenger, he's under huge pressure to get a result here. They're looking for a win. They're 10 points behind the top four. They're 10 points behind Tottenham Hotspur, their rivals. That's not good enough in terms of an Arsenal fan's point of view. Fantastic for Tottenham, but not good enough for Arsenal. This is their game in hand. They need 3 points. It'll close it down to 7. Because if they lose the game or pick up a draw, they've got a mountain to climb, really, with only 10 games left to play after this game. They've got a lot of work to do. That maybe their focus will switch to the Europa League. Maybe that'll be their best chance of having Champions League football next season. Something has to be done, so they could do with a win in this game, really. Man City, they're 13 points clear. They're under no pressure. This is the game in hand where they can go 16 points clear, and even if they don't win the game, the draw, go 14 points clear or lose, they were 13 points clear. They're still massively clear with 10 games to play. They're sitting comfortable, Manchester City, so all the pressure on Arsenal, all the pressure on Arsene Wenger. Like I said, a lot has been said over the last few days. Fans have been having a go at Arsenal in response. The Arsene Wenger, the Arsenal manager, he's been saying that he's been making excuses. If you look at his press conference from the match against Man City in the League Cup final, it's just comments he was coming out with, they were just terrible. He was just coming out with a load of dribble. He was just coming out with a load of fake news, basically. Just that was offside, that goal shouldn't have been allowed, that should have been a red card, and all that stuff. All ifs and buts, but to be honest, Arsenal's performance just wasn't good. They weren't going to score in this game. They just didn't play very well. That's what they put it down to. The players. Don't put it down to what the opponents are doing. I don't like it when managers make excuses. I don't like it if Pep started making excuses like that. I want them to be well drilled, and I can see clearly why Arsenal fans are unhappy with Arsene Wenger. Also, Jack Wilshere, he put an Instagram post out. He was saying that Man City should have had a red card, it was offside and all that. Again, you see what I mean? It's spreading down from the manager, down through the players. They're starting to make excuses. When you're making excuses, you're just basically self-destructing. You need to stick together. You need to just play your game, do your football, play your football, and be not the fans, but something the Arsenal players and something the Arsenal manager hasn't been that much. They need to be professional in this game, otherwise they're going to have the same result. The fans are going to get even more on the back, and I don't really see how Arsene Wenger come in the next month or so, if they go out the Europa League and look doomed for the top four, how he can keep hold of his job. But you can rest assured that he probably will. That's how much of a joke it has become at Arsenal, and I feel so sorry for the fans more than anyone, because they've watched the club over the last 10-15 years go from Champions League finalists, Premier League winners, undefeated in a whole season, to watching players walk back, watching strikers that can't finish, they can't do anything in the transfer market, even though they've got money to spend. They're signing strikers when they really didn't need a striker. They needed wingers, they needed defenders, they needed midfielders, and they've not really addressed the issue. And now the main midfielders are Jack Wilshere and Aaron Ramsey, two players that can't seem to play more than 3 games per season. Only a joke, they constantly play more, but they're always injured. So a lot of problems there for Arsenal. City, we need to exploit that. I hope that we do. There'll be a lot of anger and frustration, particularly from the Arsenal players. Like I said, Wilshere was forever diving, so I'm sure that'll have angered the Man City players, and they'll be keeping an eye out for that one. They won't have been happy about these offside goals. They'll try and roughen Man City up. Arsenal's pitch, the Emirates Stadium, it's a nice big pitch. It's just like the Etihad Stadium's pitch. It'll suit Man City, it'll suit Arsenal. It'll be a passing, fully flowing game, I hope, and I hope that we can get them into a scrap like that, because I'm confident that we can come out on top if we can get them involved in a football game like that. All depends on who goes ahead first. That's massive. If Arsenal went ahead first, the League Cup final's different, and if they go ahead in this game, it'll be very different than if Man City go ahead. Like I said, all about pressure, all about being clinical and scoring goals. Mkhitaryan, he will be back for Arsenal. Obviously, it was cup tied, so there's a bit more of an outage for Arsenal there, a bit more pace, someone that can play out wide, someone that can play down the middle, someone that will try their hardest. Lacazette, he's out though, so just looking short on the attacking numbers. I'm wondering if Iwobi's going to start, if they're going to go with wingers. Are they going to go with 4 at the back? Are they going to go with 5 at the back? We'll have to see. It didn't work that well, 5 at the back at the weekend, so they might revert back to 4 at the back with having Mkhitaryan back, add a little bit more of a number in midfield, because it looked overrun in midfield, in my opinion, from Man City's domination. Man City, they'll probably revert back to the normal formation. They've moved De Bruyne out wide and kind of had like a flowing 4 or 5 in the middle. It'll be more like a 3 for this game, and you'd imagine Sterling probably be back. We'll see Sterling, Sane, and probably Aguero up front. So interesting. Be interesting to see how both managers approach it. This is a difficult game, though, nonetheless, for Man City. It's always difficult any away game in the Premier League. It's a good time, though. I will say there's a bit of confidence there to be playing Arsenal. This is a good time to play Arsenal. It's a good time now to go and have a go at them. Arsenal, I'm hoping that they'll come out all guns blazing. That there'll be a load of space. That if we can, like I said, score first, we could end up where ourselves making the game a lot easier for ourselves. So fingers crossed that does happen. Team news for Man City: Fernandinho, he is injured. He got injured in the League Cup final. The injury is not as serious as what the first thought. He is out for this game. He might be back for Sunday. If it's touch and go for Sunday, then I won't play him either. It all depends on how we perform in this game. Obviously, this is Fernandinho's first Premier League game that he won't be starting in. So it'll be unusual for Man City for having a player that's been there all season not being there. So it'll be interesting to see how other players step up and who Pep decides to go with, which I'll get to in a moment. Fabian Delphi suspended, so he cannot play in this game after receiving that straight red card against Wigan in the Cup, so he's obviously out for the Chelsea game too. Mendy, he's out. Like I said, Sterling, he's been training, so I'd expect Sterling to return. Jesus, he's back in training. He came on in the League Cup final. He'll probably make the bench again, you'd imagine, and probably get a few more minutes. Ease him back in. Please, Pep, do not rush Jesus back. We don't want him to get another injury and end up having Aguero for the whole rest of the season, because he will get tired eventually. Obviously, he's loving playing games and scoring goals, and that's all come from him playing every single game. But he can't play every single game. He can't do that. Not from now till the end of the season. He'll end up picking up an injury. And let's not forget, Aguero is quite injury prone from season to season. He's had a great injury record over the last year or two of not getting that much injuries, but we don't want to push him too far. It's always nice to rotate. We've got plenty of games here coming up. It'd be nice to have a bit of rotation here and there. Foden, he'll be on the bench, so he might get a few more minutes. He got some minutes in the Cup final, maybe he'll get a few more minutes. Always nice to see a young local lad picking up and getting a few more minutes. I'm not too sure if Yaya will be on the bench. He seems to have become that much of a fringe player that he's not even on the fringe anymore. He's now just dropped off, and he's now just like there in case we have any injuries and we can't field 7 people on the bench like we had a few weeks ago. That's probably why he's there. He might get some minutes against Basel, maybe. Obviously, that's a dead rubber near enough. But again, Basel are quick, so I'm not too sure if he will be playing because Yaya isn't quick anymore. Mendy, he's also out, so we're, again, left back, no Delph, no Mendy. So we're left with Zinchenko or Danilo, which I think moves us nicely on to that topic, actually, of the team. Danilo, we're going to go with Zinchenko. It'll be interesting to see if Kyle Walker is fully fit to play. If he's fully fit to play, then I expect it'll be the same as the Cup final of Walker and Danilo at the wing-backs. If not, Danilo might go to right-back, Zinchenko play at left-back if Walker needs a rest. I've put down Bravo or Edison. Bravo had that much of a good game that I'm actually talking, will Bravo start this game? Obviously the answer is going to be no. It'll be Edison in goal because he's done absolutely nothing wrong and he's been superb for us this season in the Premier League. But Bravo, good account of himself, and I imagine he may even get a start next weekend. He might even get a start next week, midweek, in the Champions League. Bravo, fantastic in the Cup final. Are we going to be looking at Vincent Kompany and Otamendi in the partnership again in the middle of centre-backs? Possibly. Let me know what you think in the comments with that one. Kompany, I know, can't play lots of games, but he had that much of a good game against Arsenal. You can't drop him. You can't say, oh, we need to rotate. He was fantastic, weren't he? Absolutely superb man of the match and fully deserved it. Him and Otamendi, an absolute rock, and we kept a clean sheet, so I'd keep the defence as it was. So that's my team prediction, which I'm going to pop up now for you. So I've gone for him. Edison in goal. Obviously, the back line is the same as what it was. Fernandinho can't play, so I've gone for Gundogan to slot back and David Silva if he can play, obviously with his ongoing situations in Spain. If he can't, it'd be interesting to see who does start there. Could we get Bernardo Silva down the middle? Will we see Jesus return into the starting 11 and start in the front of the midfield and plays like an attacking midfielder? Possibly. But I'm expecting it to be De Bruyne and David Silva, and then Leroy Sané on the left, Raheem Sterling on the right, Aguero up front. Let me know your team predictions in the comments. Let me know your score predictions in the comments. I'm going to be confident and say 2-1 Man City. Fingers crossed that is the case. I'm really looking forward to this game. It'll be a good test for both sides. There's a lot of pressure going on to the game. It's a game in hand. Arsenal need to win. Man City don't need to win, but it'd be lovely to pick up a win, pick up 3 points, and have the title near enough sewn up in maybe 4 or 5 games' time. So we'll keep an eye on that. So if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe. We're aiming for 400 subscribers, and we're not too far away. So if you're enjoying the content, like I said, do subscribe. Notifications on if you want to be notified when I'm posting. Don't forget to leave a big thumbs up. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to let me know what you think in the comments with your team prediction and score prediction. And also don't forget to check out my social media. Link is in the description below, and also you can go check out my other channels, which is my partner channel, which is run by my brother. He's doing mixology drinks. Link to that is at the end of this video. You can just click on his face, or you can click on the JS logo, and that's my second channel, which is doing gaming videos, which I've recently uploaded a Harry Potter walkthrough series, which you can go and check out. Like and subscribe for that. That would mean everything to me. And that's been the video. So it's been JSGC. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.